afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Gamerz DMZ. I am Jazzy Moto. Joining me, we got Mega Elixir. Then we got OG Double M, followed by Mr. Sir Rich. And then we got the host with the most, the one.
So with that being said, thank you, Lady Jazz, for doing a great introduction. We're going to start out as we always do with our podcast and say, what have you guys been playing? First and foremost, let's go with the Lady Jazz.
Well, I have been playing a lot of Fall Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Destiny 2, trying to collect my leaves for the season they got going on right now. I started a new PC game. I think it's on Xbox as well, called Chinatown Detective Agency. So I'm liking it so far. Yeah, it's good. Playing Raji, the Epic. It's an Indian indie game that I really like. They recently put out an enhanced edition. And I played it when it first came out. And then go ahead. Yeah, I really no, you're good. I do recommend it though. It's a beautiful game. It's really cool. And that is all I can think of that I've been playing off the top of my head. Oh, a little bit of Apex, and that's it. Oh no, I've finished up Peppa Pig. Though I'm still trying to find Potato City. Oh my gosh. Like the cutscene will not queue for me. I've been on YouTube. I I said I said forget it.
I'm getting that 200 points, so you ain't got to worry about that. Okay, Mega, what have you been playing?
Well, for me, I think this week I've beaten the first Infamous game, and now I've moved on to Infamous 2. I've beaten Uncharted 2, and now I've moved on to Uncharted 3. And and I was thinking about playing Ori and The Will of the Wisp after the stream.
Yeah, that looks good.
And yeah, and maybe some more Psychonauts too, going to show my Xbox some love. Oh, and also I got back to playing Okami HD remaster on the Switch, and yep.
So that's all you've been playing. Seems like you've been quite busy with gaming this week. You beat a couple of
Yeah.
games, and you say what? Excuse me?
I say he gets his gaming in.
Yeah, I see.
No doubt
Yeah.
about it.
So that since you opened your mouth, what have you been playing?
Let's see. I'm playing Star Wars. I'm still playing Star Wars.
Oh
Great
Lord
game.
Jesus.
God.
He's still playing Star Wars.
Just
What else, sir?
mastering. Just
What else,
mastering.
sir? What else, sir? What else are you
Uh,
playing?
And as Dust Falls, great game. Surge,
Oh,
you should play it.
so you started playing Dust Falls too, right?
Yes. You should play it. Surge, I know you don't like Telltale games. This is a game you would like. Great
And
story.
I watched it. I'm not interested.
Play it.
I was watching YouTube. I cannot sit through a game and just do button presses.
It's the story. It's a
Not
story.
just the story.
I
said
get
I'll
it,
read a
Lord.
book.
If I do that, I'll read a book. I watch a movie. Do not care about playing the game. If I got a controller in my hand, I'm not gonna be trying to press no buttons. That's why I don't like them games.
That's why you difficult. That's all. He's being difficult
I
today.
don't like it.
He just want rather read a book if he plays something like that.
Why can't I not like something? That can be all for y'all. I just don't like it. Like I'm okay.
Okay. So what else have you been playing?
That's about it for me.
That's about it. Okay,
Yeah.
since Sir Rich does not like certain games, what have you been playing, sir?
Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered and Destiny 2.
That's it.
Yeah, was playing Peppa the Pig to get a
I
check.
wanted you, I wanted you to get that out because I do remember last week you said you weren't gonna play it.
Because I couldn't stand the
No,
sound of it. I was on the phone, so I didn't have to hear it.
you sound like you making excuses, but that's
No, I
okay. You
literally didn't have to hear it because I cannot listen to that game. The game is like nails on chalkboard. I
Oh,
said it was
now,
the audio. The
okay.
audio.
Somebody
Hey,
need to
hey,
reach
Sir
out.
Rich. Hey, Sir Rich. I'm gonna play Peppa the Pig too.
Okay.
Do it.
This weekend.
If you
I'm
find
gonna
Double,
play it.
Potato
double,
City, let us
double,
know.
double. Don't play it till Monday.
Oh, I should wait, huh? Now I should wait
Yeah,
now.
wait till Monday to play it.
Get a little head start.
Yes, so you need a head
I
start.
need a little head start. Okay.
Wah,
I don't
wah,
care what he say no
wah.
more. I don't care what he
Okay,
say no
I'll
more.
give you a little head start.
I know his capability now. That's between y'all. That's y'all.
do you, do you,
Okay, Mike. I'll take the head start.
yeah, take the head. So do you want to elaborate on what you said by that surge, what you meant? You said people are giving
Oh,
up. Are people
oh,
giving up when they
because
get
Double
news?
over here said once you hit 14,000, that was like what 2 weeks ago. He said he gave up. He was like, "Oh, I can't catch him, so I'm done with the."
You mean
Like, no,
1400? I was
Hit
at
14,
1400.
he hit
1,400.
1400 last week. He hit 1400 last week, and then I was like,
Exactly.
Oh, you know,
So,
you never
people
give up.
who challenge people, so people who challenge people and then give up. Yeah, that's not a competition.
Oh, you know, I'm so double. You know, I'm at 2400 right now.
exactly.
I need to
That's
check mine. I just know I ain't at the bottom.
but I'm not going to really play hard anymore because 3 days left. I think that many people will catch me, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But I am playing a couple of games. Are those all the games you were playing? So I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, you ain't cut me off. I ain't
Okay,
playing that much. I slow it down.
okay. Since the month's over with, I don't blame you. I've been playing, as you all know, Peppa Pig. I'm at the same spot where Lady Jazz is trying to find Peanut City, whatever the heck it's called. Can't find it. Keep going through a multiple loop. Loving 100% as Dust Falls. That is a good game, good story narrative. It is really, to me, I like it because of the story. Not about the button pressing, but it's a relaxing story just to say, okay, see, I think it goes after what you would do in your life, how you make decisions. And then it shows at the end what your decisions were. And I think it goes after your psyche on what you would do in a certain situation. So that's why I like the game. As
Did
always,
it
go
tell
ahead.
you a lot of insight about yourself?
Yeah, at the end, every chapter, how quick
Yeah,
you were, how um, I guess for lack of a better term, are you humane, thoughtful, and things
yeah,
like that. Yeah, so I thought it was a
yeah.
good
I
game.
was impressed with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back and finish 5 and 6. I've been putting those out every when I'm making videos and posting them on YouTube. I think I'm on chapter 5. I posted that the other day. I'll probably do 6 next week when I have time. I've been kind of busy today. So that's what I've been playing outside of Call of Duty. And what else did I play? I played another game, but I just did that because I didn't want to play another game too. Oh, that's what I played. I went back to my PS5 and I started playing Dark Souls because I got that
Ooh,
little $30.
nice.
Yes, got the $30 upgraded my PS Plus to what is it? What's the top tier? It's not extras, whatever the top tier is. I
I have no
upgraded.
idea.
I
Plus,
upgraded. No, Plus is the lowest level, but it's for $30 till the end of the year. And so I started playing, downloaded 3 or 4 PS5 games. Dark Souls, I did another game. So I was playing those just for the heck of it. Oh, and I'm doing the 5-hour trial of Horizon Forbidden West. So those are all the games I've been playing. So those are the games that I've been playing. And I was looking at something on YouTube. You guys know Hogue Law. I want to give him credit because that's where I saw the videos. And the video, and what I want to discuss and get your guys' thought about this whole topic is FTC topic is FTC moves to block Meta, which is Facebook, acquisition of VR firm historic but risky. This historic but risky. The I forget the name of the firm, but Facebook has tried to buy a VR firm for $400 million, and the FTC came in and said, "Nope, they're going to sue to block it." There you go. And what do you guys think about that? How do you think that may or can it or will it impact Microsoft's planned acquisition of Activision Blizzard? Because it's like going into the last final days. And I think somewhere in the middle of the month of next month, we will know about Microsoft ABK. This was brought up at today, because they had to go by July 31st, which is Sunday. So they just brought this out today. So do you think with the FTC being more of a, as they want to say, I don't agree with an activist type of body to block mergers that they think are unfair, do you think this will somehow impact Microsoft? And if so, do you think Microsoft should sue? Double, what do you think?
What's wrong with this woman, Linda? Come on, what's wrong with her?
You say you saying she anti-business?
Yes. What's wrong with her?
What about the small man? Let's be
Because she blocks everything. She hadn't let nothing through in the last. It looked like the last 2 years.
well, last year.
Okay, up to last year, but as far as affecting Microsoft, I don't think it should. Only because there's so many people that work at Activision and Blizzard.
But
You know, they don't want the company anymore. Microsoft big enough to buy them.
so that's
Let it go
the key
through.
word. You said buy, which means Microsoft is trying to be a monopoly in the game space. So do you think with Microsoft trying to be a monopoly or having with a market cap of what 1.5, 1.6 trillion dollars, do you think they are being monopolistic by acquiring Activision Blizzard? And do you think the FTC is looking at it like that? Because of what they did with Facebook buying a $400 million. What do you think? What do you think?
I
So
think
Rich,
they're trying to get as much as they can before Google or Amazon come in here and take what they can. That's what I think.
Point.
they would meet the same opposition because the FTC is against all major tech companies. Remember, they said big tech they had a problem with. So if it was Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook,
Maybe they just want to be the
Amazon.
first to try it. I don't know.
What about you, Sir Rich?
Trying to think about what other AAA gaming companies that Microsoft don't own. I mean, it's becoming more difficult. So I don't know. You may have a
You don't-
point.
Well,
Yes.
go ahead.
No, that was it. Yeah, so
What
you
about
may
you?
have a point.
What about you, Megan?
I still have a feeling Microsoft will still be able to pull this off, but right now, after hearing this news, I'm in a caution yellow light state, which basically means there's a slight chance that it will fail. So yeah.
So if it fails, do you guys think they should sue?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, sure, why not?
Give it a shot.
Achieve your goal. Achieve your goal.
They want to be sold.
Well, it doesn't matter. I think a little bit different. I'm 50-50, like you said, as far as being in a missionary role. But it would be let me say it like this. The FTC they would be very stupid in my opinion, to try to block the merger between Microsoft and Activision based off they just let Sony do it last week. $3 billion, didn't say anything. 3.7 billion.
They
Didn't say
said
one
that.
word. They didn't say one word. Sony is bigger than Microsoft in this space. FTC is going to try to link Microsoft to the cloud gaming perspective and say, well, you're big in this area, but they're not the number one gaming company. And they're what, 3 or 4? They're not even 3 or 4. They're at the bottom. I mean,
Yeah.
what, they're in the top 7 or 8.
Something
And I
like
think
that.
it's totally different look that Microsoft has. I think to some extent Microsoft is looked at as the good boy, where Facebook, Amazon, Google are looked at as the bad boys. But time will tell. Just wanted to hit that topic real quick to see what you guys think. I'm, like you said, cautionary because of the fact that I do think she's very activist, Lena Khan, and she wants to so wield her power or wield her authority. She has no power, but wield her authority. But again, with a big tech company like Microsoft, and it's going into an election season, I think they being the FTC needs to tread lightly on a lot of this.
Yep.
But time will tell. We'll know within 20 days, I think. We should know within 20 days.
Mhm.
So let's cross our fingers that it'll go the right way, because I think it'll be, like I said, they being Microsoft, if this FTC blocks the suit, if I was Microsoft, I'd sue them right back and say, let's go to court. Like Amazon did to them and say, let's go to court when they bought MGM.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were going to take them to court. So I think Microsoft should follow suit. That wasn't strictly related to gaming, but I wanted to get you guys' thought about what did you think about the latest news, because you know it's going to hit tomorrow. A lot of people are going to have that as discussion point on what and how it's going to move forward. So I know you guys also heard about the big news, and I want to get your thoughts. We'll start off with Mega. What do you think about the rumor that's going around that EA is going to produce a Black Panther game?
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
And what do you think about it?
Why I
And I'm
think
gonna leave,
about it?
I'm gonna leave Serge for last because I know he got a lot to say.
Well, first and foremost, that's a single player open world Black Panther game. That sounds cool. I would like to, try it out if it turns out to be real. And
Who's making it? I should have been a little more in depth question. Look, who's making it? Was your fear, uncertainty, or doubt about who's making it? What do you
Those
think?
are new devs. That's a new dev there that's
No,
making that game.
it's not. It's another
EA.
division. Yes,
well,
it's another
who's the
division.
developer?
EA.
I mean, EA published their stuff.
No, EA, the publisher, but they also they're one of their teams, developer teams, is making the game.
What's their name?
Monolith Productions.
Monolith. Yeah, that's it. It's Monolith.
Monolith.
Right.
Well, I was thinking Aspire or somebody.
No, see, you talking. We ain't there yet. See, you jumping ahead. Aspire is Kotor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Monolith made the Shadow of Mordor series.
Oh, that's gonna be really interesting then.
No, that's Warner Brothers. I think they buy them from Warner Brothers.
I'm looking at Monolith Productions right now. If you look up Monolith Productions, it says Middle Earth, The Shadow of War, and Mordor and War, Fear.
And that's division of Warner Brothers. It's two Monoliths. It's not. I don't think it's Monolith. It's somebody else.
Yeah, it's on
It's not Monolith.
the article I got on the screen here.
Let's see.
Oh, so the guy that oversaw.
And that is
Warner's,
EA because Shadow of War is
Warner's
an EA game.
Monolith.
I think. No, it's Warner Brothers, like you said.
Yep.
I said it was Warner Brothers. It's Warner Brothers.
And this is where I got Monolith from.
Yeah, it's not one monolith. It's somebody else began with an M. I forget who it is. But needless to say, the question at hand is, what is your fear? Because EA has this Star Wars property. I mean, Disney property. Disney property.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's still me. Sorry. Well, well, we all know one thing that EA is known for and why they're so infamous and why they're considered like, the worst like American company. E- And I think y'all know what it is. Microtransactions. But like I need to see more of like EA's like single player adventure games. Like those don't have microtransactions, do they?
Which one?
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
No, we don't know yet.
I mean, they
But
make Star Wars game with Respawn, so I mean,
yeah.
That was a answer back to Star Wars Battlefront 2. That really doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think, Double?
since it is a Disney property, that it'll do well. I had no beef with that because Disney
Good.
property.
Okay. Here. Okay. What about you, Lady James?
Um, I don't know. I'd like to see it. I I know not everything Disney is super kiddie, but I just hope it's not
Look who's
a
the
super
producer.
kiddie game.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that stuck out to me.
Okay, Sir Rich. What do you think?
Mm-mm. I think it's kind of sketchy.
Okay.
Because
So
EA
here.
has
Too
made
soon.
games, single player games that have been decent, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't think they could be trusted.
Okay. Here are my concerns. One, if it's EA, if they use that doggone Frostbite engine, I'm done. Because
All right.
EA wants
Sure.
everybody to use that Frostbite engine, which will destroy a game. Frostbite is good for what? Football and soccer. Nothing else. So if they use that's major concern number one. Major concern number two. How
But them
fast this
earliest
game?
Star Wars games were made with Frostbite.
Also, what about the shooters like
Right, but
Battlefield
this
Yeah, I was
and
thinking Battlefield too.
Battlefield,
Plants
those are
vs
all
Zombies, Garden Warfare?
No.
uh, Battlefield. What 2042?
The first
That's
Mhm.
one, even.
Frostbite engine.
I think it's
Battlefield
four is the
2042.
5. There was a few of
The
them.
first one
All
I
of
know
them
for
were
sure.
that
Any Star
Frostbite.
Wars games is Frostbite.
All them games are Frostbite, and the EA. That's what screwed up that other game they did because it's that Frostbite engine, and
Anthem.
everyone Anthem that was Frostbite, and you seen how horrific the flying was great, but a lot of the other mechanics people didn't know how to develop for the engine. So that's why I'm saying that scares me with that EA engine. Now, if they use um, a
No,
new, excuse me,
I was about to say Dragon Age Inquisition was even on a Frostbite engine.
Yep.
Mm.
so that scares me. Oh,
Mhm.
and what you call it was on the front, but everything they do is mostly that frostbite. I wish they get rid of. I mean, not really get rid of, but focus frostbite just on sports. But EA is being cheap, trying to save money.
Mhm.
So I really don't have any. I do have concerns. Like I said, hopefully it's not full of microtransactions. They didn't say anything about it, but to me, I think it may look like a. I didn't like Black Panther and not Galaxy, the Avengers game. I didn't like his character in the Avengers. A lot of people did. I didn't like. That's just me.
For what
So
reasons? Was it controls or just
yeah, the
overall?
controls, right? Just the control. To me, is all about the fluidity of controls. And if that's not there, that's going to send me away from a video game. I have to have fluid controls. Otherwise, I don't want to play a game. Because to me, the controls help immerse you in the game. If you don't have fluid controls, then you're really not going to play the game.
Agreed. You too worried about the controls instead of letting
Hey,
yourself go.
Yes,
Lag is the immersion killer.
right. So those are my only concerns about the game. But with it being EA, if they let Respawn do it, I would have no concern. But this is Monolith, and you're right. And so Monolith is what I'm assuming has been contracted out.
No,
They
it
need
looks
to give
like
all their games
it's
to
just the
Respawn
former
right now.
boss.
Oh, the former boss. Okay.
And that's what the caption reads. It's thought
Okay.
to be in works at the studio led by the former Monolith Productions boss, Kevin
Okay.
Steele.
So who? Okay. So what studio of EA is it?
Scroll down
Okay.
in the article. It might be an article.
Didn't say. I saw. I mean, I didn't.
It's said
I
Warner
didn't.
Brothers somewhere.
No, he worked at Warner Brothers. Monolith is part of Warner Brothers. It says it right there. He was studio head. Okay. And I can see where this game is going. It probably will be like Shadow of Mordor with the mechanics.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So in other news, what do you guys think about, since Double brought it up, the remake of Kotor being put on hold
Indefinite.
indefinitely? What do you guys think about that? Double.
I ain't surprised. I'm not
And the story,
surprised.
so the story goes that there was a vertical slice that they showed Lucasfilm execs and Sony execs,
Mm-hmm.
and Inspired thought that the game was looking good. They did a little slice of a demo, and they came out kind of peed off, and they fired the producer or the director of the game, and they put it
I,
on hold.
I think it was the producer.
One of the producers, two people got fired.
Yeah, I think it was the
And the
producer.
demo went that bad? Jeez.
That's what they're saying.
The
They
demo
got,
was expensive too.
yeah, it was expensive.
Oh. They lost their whole livelihood with that one.
So, what do you
Mm-hmm.
guys think? And let me ask you this: the game was coming out on PlayStation first, then it was timed exclusive, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of it now?
As in what?
Surge, what do you guys think of in this aspect? What did you feel about the game overall? How do you feel about the game being delayed? That's question number one. And it seems like all these games are being delayed. Do you think these developers hoodwinked um, Sony and Lucas? And they also said that Microsoft was shown this game, and that's why Phil Spencer turned it down. Because remember, this is a remake of Kotor. Where did Kotor show up first?
Wasn't it Xbox or was it
Was
It
it
was
PS?
right.
OG
It,
Xbox?
right.
On
It
the
was
old
Xbox.
box, the
But,
brick.
and
On
and
the
everybody
OG.
and everybody lit into Phil because they're saying, how could you let Sony get that game?
That's
Right.
right. That's
So
right.
now it's looking like they're saying this is strictly rumor that Phil must have seen the game and he turned it down before Sony picked it up.
Interesting.
Now, here's my only issue with a lot of this and these games. Now, hear me out when I say this, and this is where I want you guys to give me your thought on this. This game may come out when? Let's say if it come out in 2023. Let's say if it was coming out in 2023 on the PS.
Wait a minute. You know that game was due this year?
Yes, but let me get my point. Let me get my
Really?
point out. And then I want to get
Okay.
your guys' opinion on this. This game was coming. Let's say the game did. Let's speculate. Speculation is good. We're going to be like Wall Street analysts speculating what the good company's going to do next quarter. So we're going to speculate. And I'm relating this to, as my overall point is, I do not think third party games or second party, third party games should be exclusive to a console unless you paying for that game 100%. Now, based off this was a timed exclusive, right? That's what the rumor was, right? Oh, they did say that, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think I saw that while she was scrolling.
So while that comes up, everyone that's listening, please like and subscribe to our channel. Now, my whole point, I want to get this point out real quick. With Microsoft pausing all their games, meaning giving them extra development time, and the onslaught of games that's going to come in 2023 and 2024, right? This game may come out. We may just be in the ones like us who have both, but more centric to one type of console. With Game Pass, it's going to hurt EA if that game is not on Xbox at the same time, because we're going to be playing so many games. When that game come out, we're not going to be interested. So they're going to lose their sales. Do you see my point? If it's only on one console when that game comes out, is Sony going to make up the delta of lost revenue from being on the Xbox? Does that make sense?
That's the question.
Because what's questionable?
They don't have the systems to make up themselves.
That's where I'm going. So when you're a third party developer, you're a developer and you're Aspire, yeah, you're getting the money from Lucas, I think Lucas, whoever's paying for the game. But if they're paying for it, regardless, if you're saying Sony is going to make it exclusive, if Sony first party bangers only has a critical mass of 10% to 15%, and you putting it out on the PS5 is 20 million consoles. Let's say 10% of that, that's 2 to 3 million units of the game sold. And you're going to wait 2 years for it to come on the Xbox. The game be dead and gone for us. You see my point?
You
And
know
the
what's gonna be
only
out by then?
so,
Jeez.
what
Gonna
will
be
be
running into Microsoft first party.
all of Microsoft first party games are going to be there. So what do you guys think about that?
It's gonna be put on the back burner.
Exactly. And to me, that hurts the third party developer. So if I was a third party developer, I would think very, very long and hard if I want to put my game only on one console, because I'm not going to make the money. Something to think about. Unless when it comes to Game Pass, when it comes to the Xbox, it's on Game Pass. What's the game that Sony bought that Sony got the exclusive? What is it? Excuse me?
Bungie? They about Bungie? Something about that.
No. Bethesda's the game.
Deathloop.
Excuse me?
Deathloop.
Deathloop, yeah. Deathloop didn't sell as well on the PS5. It didn't do as good as people said. It did okay. It was a great game. It would have did better if it came out on both consoles at the same time, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to us because it's going to be on the Xbox by December or January 2023. It automatically drops in the Xbox, so it'll automatically jump right to the top of the charts.
The special edition.
Yeah, the special edition, because they're going to do something special for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts about KOTOR, Lady Jazz?
Nothing in particular, just
Because we don't know what it is. We don't even know anything. We just know it was delayed and we didn't get to see any gameplay, so there is no hype for it.
basically.
We only have hype because of what we knew it was.
And what we hope it will be, but it's just speculation and a wait and see thing.
How could you mess up a remake?
Though it's been done.
But I mean, you have the basic framework with a remake. You have everything you need. You got the story. You don't need to muck it up. But I guess they did.
I think I hear a ghost whispering, "Last of Us."
Last
That could have been a
Last
breeze
of
in the
Us.
window. I don't know.
Last of Us is just an expensive game, and I wouldn't pay for it. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Sir, what you think?
I just think it's silly for them to be teasing this game for so many years and then this to happen. It's kind of foolish. It's killing it is further putting a bad name on Star Wars that Star Wars don't need right now.
Now, Remember that saying? When you want to dig a grave for somebody, dig two. Dig the one you digging for somebody and dig one for yourself.
Mhm.
I'm going to say, when I say that, I'm going to reference Starfield with everybody who talking about Starfield when it was delayed. Karma, 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 karma.
Mm-mm-mm. And like I said, you know how EA feel about single player games, so they don't vibe with them like that.
Well, Vincent Bella can make anything he wants because that's Respawn. And that's single player, but let's see if he get the same cachet. If this guy has the same cachet to come in and say, you know what, this is going to be a single player open world game, and I get to do what I want. I think not.
Even though it'd be awesome, because that Respawn team does amazing things with alien worlds and open world.
Yeah, they're good. I like them. Respawn is always good.
If you just let them off the hook, I can't imagine what they'd be able to create.
What about you, Meg?
Same boat as Jazz, indifferent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
I can understand that. Like I say, we'll have to wait to see how this all turns out within the next. I guess there'll be another report that's going to come out that's going to leak that shows why all this happened and if it's really going to be canceled or is it canceled, postponed. We'll see within the near future. So in other
But
news, go ahead.
that was a rumor that Phil synced the game.
That was a rumor that they went to field first. That's a
Interesting.
rumor.
Very
That's
interesting.
rumor. But it does seem to be a true rumor because it was an Xbox game first, and I just don't see Phil
Exactly.
turn that game down unless he saw it. And he probably had Spellbound. Is that what was it called? Spellbound.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, reaction to that and said, "No, it happened to me again." He said, "It happened to me already. I'm not getting played again." So I think that was him, and he was like, "Nope, I'm not wasting my money."
Had a bad taste in his mouth, getting burned, trying to bring out the old something else nostalgic.
Yep, because he already got played on Spellbound or whatever that game was that got canceled totally.
He got played twice if you really think about it.
Oh,
Or you
I
said
know what you're talking about. Scalebound. It's
Scalebound, yeah,
Scalebound. Yeah.
Scalebound. That's it. I'm calling it
Scalebound.
Scalebound. Remember, and that's why I think he was like, "Nah, I've been down this road before." It gets bumpy, and then he looks bad. He was like, "Nope."
And the other game, the card game. What's that game? It was on the OG Xbox too. Just looking at that game.
I don't know what it
Uh,
is.
ah,
Being very cryptic.
uh,
You said card game. I'm
Okay,
thinking Magic. I'm like, I know that ain't it.
what is that game? You play with a card deck, but it's action at the same time with your card
I don't know
deck.
what you're talking about.
That sound like that weird game I was playing. I can't remember the name of it. Let's see.
So
Looks like
since
the
this,
host having one of them Mandela effect moments.
yeah, I see. So what do you guys think about the news of somebody got some static in the background? What do you guys think about the latest Series X and PS5 North America numbers as the PS5 is still losing to the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series for three consecutive quarters? What do you guys think
Shoot.
about that? And at first glance, when the numbers came out, Microsoft released their numbers. There was all misses. Oh, they missed this, they missed that, they missed that. People don't realize your numbers are always going to fall for video games in the summertime because, like you say, more people are outside, less games are being published in the summer. There are no bangers coming out, so there's not even an incentive for people to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
all those, go ahead.
I think the the consumers are finally waking up.
I think the consumers are waking up.
Yes. How good the
What
Xbox Series S and X are.
You mean the particular group of followers?
Yep. People that bought PS5s is also buying Xboxes too now.
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing that a lot from friends too. Usually it's like, no, I only got this. I only got... Now, oh yeah, I got both.
Mm-hmm.
do
Even
you
if it's
think?
the Series S, they buying them.
Yup. Shoot, my buddy just bought an X earlier this week. He was so excited.
I
Mm-hmm.
saw a lot of
You
people
want to get
saying
in
they
on the
got
action?
married.
You want to get in on the Game Pass action? Why not?
I think everyone wants to get in the Game Pass action, which goes to show that. Again, I'm going to hit with this story right here. I want to hit two or three topics. Being that Sony has released 2 or 3 top games this year, and God of War, which is going to be their banger in November, November 9th. And I am going to stick to my claim. If the game doesn't sell 8 to 10 million in a month, I would be upset if I was Sony. And if Xbox still sells just as many consoles as they do, because quote unquote, you have no games to buy. You have no games on Xbox right now, according to some people, but you got Game Pass, which is a plethora of games. So I don't get that narrative why people are saying no games. And
no,
it was
AAA games that are exclusive.
It's just the thing to say without
All
reason,
the
even without
stipulation.
reason.
but again, I guess other people are not in the know because I guess the Series X, the series are selling, right? And they're still keeping up with
Yeah.
Sony. And which goes to show if I was Sony, I would be a hater if I was Sony. I would be praying if I was Sony that the ABK deal does not go through. They would be praying that gets blocked because that's going to shoot up Game Pass if the deal goes through, because that's where a lot of people are getting Xbox because they're thinking all those games on Game Pass with ABK closes. If Call of Duty drops in there, it's over. They're gonna make sales like crazy.
I mean, if I could drop $70 on a service as opposed to one game, like it's
Duh.
just not rocket science.
Right, but don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Sony's
Service.
Sony's Game Pass competitor is too many levels. It's essential, it's extra, and it's the top tier. There's 3
Right.
different levels. And then they pull that shenanigans this week or next month when they're going to release Shenmue, and they're going to give you on PlayStation Plus. They give you 1 game. PlayStation Extra, they give you 2 games, and then the PlayStation, whatever it's called, whatever the
That's my
top tier.
game.
But no,
And that's-
I already bought it.
is this consumer confusion? It's
Yeah,
consumer confusion.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
They've been doing this for years.
But I think the service is okay. I don't prefer it over Game Pass in any sense of the word. But my whole point is everyone's talking the narrative that no games, and yet and still then everyone's putting out these notes of saying, see, Xbox ain't making no money. They're not making any money because the numbers fail. Read between the lines. That's the problem people don't understand. When you can put $16 billion in the bank after all cash profit, after you pay all your bills and pay everyone, you put $16 billion in the bank. I don't think that's bad. And you knew the numbers were going to drop. They already knew that, but yet they had their best quarter. What is the second best quarter ever for Xbox division?
Yep.
So I think people like headlines, but don't know how to read the actual article because it's clickbait. But see, they click, they don't read it.
You ask
They just
questions.
click.
I don't.
Yeah, they just read it.
I wanted to see what you guys thought about
Read the headlines.
what you guys thought about the Xbox Series X PS5, and I'm amazed that it's still doing well with quote unquote no games. But to be honest, I will always tell you, I am inundated with games.
Oh, and a bonus.
Inundated.
And a bonus is that they encourage emulation, because on the Series S, you can go into the developer mode. You can even play Smash Brothers on it, and they are okay with it.
Totally okay. So I just want, yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Double, your thoughts?
I think people are just waking up.
Okay.
They're waking
Lady,
up. Those
Wake up.
Series
Lady
S's is
Jazz.
selling like hotcakes.
Everything, double OG. Yep, same thing. People are finally waking up, seeing for themselves, like, all right, let me stop just following the regular rhetoric. Like, okay, I see what
Oh,
this
so you're
is
saying
about.
people are saying, let me do my own research
Yes,
and buy what I like and have my
yes.
own fun.
Let me branch out and
Yep.
not stick with a clique because I feel I'm supposed to stay here. You know,
So,
like it's
so people are not succumbing to peer pressure.
exactly. At the end of the day, we're all talking about game systems. If you like it, play it.
There you go.
Hey, when it's said and done, a hardcore pony is gonna have itself a Series S. They
You got that?
will. If you like games, you're gonna have one.
Yes.
Yep.
Period.
And that's the whole point. If you like games, you'll play on the PS5, you'll play on Xbox, or you'll play on the PC, or you'll play on the Switch. You play what you like. What about you, Megan?
I agree with Chess and Double M. The people are waking up, and also just a statement to put out there. Let's see how this goes in the near future, and also let's see how this goes in Europe and Japan as well, because those are also pretty big video game console markets.
Oh
Well,
yeah, and the
remember it.
Series S is beating the PS5 in Japan also.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say, don't
some.
forget they already beat them. I think it was the first time in how
Yeah,
many
they did that
years?
last month. That
Yeah.
they go up and down. It fluctuates, but for them to even fluctuate with the PS5 is amazing within itself. What about you, Sir Rich?
Yeah, I think it's now that there's nothing to really talk about. Have you really seen any major titles promoting the PlayStation anything, or just Xbox been quietly dominating like they always have?
Well,
When they do well, they don't rub it in nobody's face. They'd be like, we're just doing well over here. Hi. So
How's it going?
We eating good.
How's that remake going? Okay.
yeah, but here's the funny thing: you don't see commercials about Game Pass, do you?
no, they don't advertise. They
They
don't do
don't
nothing.
advertise, which that is my biggest contention with them. But I guess they're
Just
waiting till
imagine.
this right when they get all this stuff in order, they can advertise. Because you go on the sports channels, like I mean, when sports season is in, you see them PlayStation.
You see that blue all over the
Mhm.
place.
You see their blue. And I know you
Definitely
guys.
blue.
What do you? I wonder if you guys heard about the. We'll move off this topic because I got all you guys' opinion. Did you guys hear about the controversy? And it's fake controversy. Um, and I know Double knows about this. I know Surge knows. Mega may not because I don't. Mega, you played Halo, and I know Jazz knows.
Yeah, I played Halo.
Okay, no. You gotta understand. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm talking about old when we were playing Halo. No, you weren't playing Halo when we started playing.
You was sitting in
Yeah,
some arms.
He wasn't
yeah,
even born.
he was sitting in arms. But my point I'm making,
Oh.
you guys heard about I don't know who wrote the article, but they were upset because the co-op doesn't have multiplayer where you can add randoms to it.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have matchmaking. Yeah.
Right,
Let me pull that
matchmaking.
up. Hold up.
And
Damn.
that's what I call fake rage because Halo never had multi matchmaking.
Not for the co-op.
Not co-op. Who wants to
not
play with a
co-op.
stranger?
Because I remember 4 when they
yeah.
first did it, it wasn't. I mean, when they even did the 4 people, I mean, they
The
did it.
right. The
The most
real
reason
They
to,
never
because
had it.
that was something I gripe about it. Like, man, if you're gonna do 4 people, you gotta at least have matchmaking. But then it was like they never had matchmaking, so I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, because you don't want to pull a random person into your Halo game. I mean, you trying to do a
Let me tell
battle.
you. Let me tell you. When you playing co-op in Halo, you develop a chemistry with a person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was at the beginning.
Shoot,
That's my point. When we were old
You knew
school,
how
we
the
were,
other guy moved. You know what I'm saying?
I met a lot of
yep.
good friends playing the Gears random matchmaking for the campaign. I'm still friends with them to this day.
Saying that was me and Mike. It was
Yeah.
Halo and Mechaso.
Nice.
There you go.
Developed
There
a
you go.
chemistry.
Hey,
It's
hey,
like
hey.
that's all he wanted to play the game with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a chemistry. So
it's fake
Mm-hmm.
rage because I don't want to play Halo with
Randoms.
somebody I don't like.
Randy's. No
Randy.
Randy's over here.
No, I don't want to play with
Unless your
Randy.
name is Randy and I know you.
Yeah,
Right.
But no
Ran-
Randy's.
the Randys.
Randy's can stay at home.
So I'm gonna have to give you a nickname.
But I thought that was fake. I didn't appreciate the article. I think that is a clear example of clickbait. You just want to get somebody to read your article. You just want to get somebody to talk about X, Y, Z.
Yeah, because they posed it like you can't do matchmaking at all instead of just
Right,
saying
right,
it like you can't find people. Like it seemed like you
Right.
couldn't do co-op online at all from the
right.
title of how the article was. So you like look at it like, oh, that's stupid. Whatever.
Clickbait, clickbait,
Silliness.
clickbait, 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 clickbait.
Crazy to see all them people on the screen and it's
So we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully, it goes live. I tried to get your nephew to. I think your nephew's on it double. Hopefully, he'll
Uh-huh.
be a little free this week to play co-op because I don't think the rest of you guys have the ins. Are all you guys insiders?
Yeah, I'm
think
not
I
an
am.
insider.
I'll have to check.
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
insider.
Well, I'm trying to play co-op with an insider. I think it ends this end of this week on August 2nd. I think the co-op beta ends.
Do they know when it's gonna officially be out?
You know what? I think most definitely it's going to be out by the holiday. So I'm going to say September, October time frame. They're going to need something to hype it up.
Yeah.
So that was a fake article. I just want you guys to think about what y'all thought about that in reference to Halo, because a lot of people who wrote that, I can guarantee they never played Halo 1 or Halo 2 co-op. I can guarantee they didn't.
Count surfing
Yeah.
when there was no
Exactly.
online.
But Double can tell you back in the day,
Back in my
we
day.
we had to do I forgot how we did that, and it was some type of program you would put on your PC, and
You made the
yeah,
LAN.
no,
Yeah.
PC. You run a program on your PC, and it allowed me to play with Double. This was before Xbox Live.
Before
It was before
GameSpot.
It was before
Yeah.
Xbox
Oh,
Live. It was right before Xbox Live was launched. We were able to get on our Xboxes, and I think you would have to do it from a PC. That's how you would meet people. Then you give them your name or whatever, and then you just merge up with this application, and that's how you played Halo, and it was fun. That was fun.
I think it's
Yeah.
GameSpy. I think that's what it's called. I'll have to look that up.
What was it called?
I think it's
Gang-
GameSpy.
It
Remember
may
the,
it may have
GameStop was
been
one of.
yeah, remember it was green and it had to do with the hat. That's what I used.
Yeah. That was a good one. I think it was Xbox Connect. That's the one we was playing mostly.
okay,
But
maybe that's
GameStop was one too.
yeah, but those people don't know about that. That's real old school. They don't know about
The troubles of being back in the day. So everything was
Yes.
plug and play.
Hey,
Yeah.
that rhymed.
what you guys. We're gonna move off that topic. I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on that. What do you guys think about what Hogwarts finally coming out? Is it a game you want to play? What do you think about it? You want to be Magic? Or you think it's going to be as hard as Elden Ring?
Go
It's
ahead,
not.
Harry Potter like levels. Go ahead, speak up. Speak up with your magic ways. Somebody
those
gotta like it. Hello?
I
Hello?
like it. I think I like it.
What about you,
Okay.
Megan?
No, I'm not interested in playing it because I'm
Really?
not a Harry Potter fan. No.
Really? I am surprised you're not a Harry Potter fan.
Why are you
Why
surprised?
is that so
I'm just
surprising?
surprised because you like switching all that. I don't like switching.
Man, Harry Potter ain't got nothing to do with Nintendo.
I don't get it.
I was like, what? I'm not hardcore into it, but I do enjoy the movies, and I only read the first book. But yes.
Boo.
He said boo, right? No, actually, I think I would play the game. I didn't like the movies as much as the movie, and I definitely wasn't gonna read one of the books. People
For real.
people say the books are good, but I'm not.
Nah,
Said
if I'm
I
gonna read a
only read
fantasy
one.
novel, I'm gonna read a fantasy novel. Like, nah, I'm good. Ew, nah.
That's why I said I only read one.
Fantasy novels where they be sensing the senses of people on the bushes and murdering in the shadows and all this crazy. Like a live action D&D in your head.
Live action D&D. If they put out a demo, I'll
Nah,
play
an
it.
actual live action D&D is Lord of the
Uh-oh.
Rings.
Character customization. Where's the
Now,
afro? Where's the afro?
that is exactly
I'm looking for
what
the
that is.
afro.
Where's the cornrows?
Yeah, they get some cornrows. They got it. I'm good with that.
I just saw fade.
They got the perm. So you got the James Brown. You got the Little Richard.
Ooh, they tried. What's wrong with your hair?
It's silky smooth. He got that soul glow.
Now the kid at the desk, it had some texture in it.
He got that soul glow. What you know about that?
Well, we'll see. That's supposed when is that supposed to come out? December 8th.
You asking the wrong person because this has no interest.
You don't have any interest in that at all.
Zero. When I saw it on
No
the
idea.
list, I was like, interesting.
Well, I'll wait for the reviews. It won't. It's definitely not going to be a buy. But if it jumps in the Game Pass, definitely play it.
Yeah, because you played Peppa.
Yes.
Peppa. You getting everybody to play Peppa.
Peppa.
Peppa. Where is that dinosaur, Peppa? Peppa.
I'm not going to front. That's the stupidest game I ever played in my life. It served its purpose. I can't even see a kid playing that game. That budget the budget for that game was what? If it was $100,000, I'd be amazed.
I ain't stopping until I find Potato City.
To be the adult in the room when the kid is playing that game, hearing Peppa in the background, they just in there having a ball.
Oh my gosh!
I think that would be worse.
Splashing in the puddle over and over and over again.
Look, I'm jumping in here with Peppa.
Or hearing
You know,
watch that show. Do get an English accent.
Yeah, I heard that.
They get a what?
An
English accent.
I think it was Quentin Tarantino. He was quoted. I have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure it was him that said it is one of the greatest English series to ever cross borders. Like, really?
You mean a TV show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the TV show, but the video game is like just plain stupid.
Like his kids watch it and everything. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Superseded Mr. Bean.
Yes. Okay, I had enough of
And
Peppa
Benny
Pig.
Hill.
I had enough of Peppa. So, Jazz, your topic was Diablo. I think you said they were unionized. What do you think about that? The makers of the Diablo. Who made Diablo? Well, they're within. They're within. I know Blizzard. Yeah.
But that team that made Immortal is a different team. I don't know what team that is. That's a different team than the normal team they use.
Now, here's the funny thing that's going to happen with this. If they seek to unionize and the deal doesn't go through, Activision going to block that somehow, some way, and get rid of them.
NetEase. That's who it is, NetEase.
Oh yeah, NetEase did the
Mm-hmm.
mobile one, right? Those
Mm-hmm.
those
That's
guys.
Immortal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Immortal is yeah. But what was you saying that if they know the unionize what?
I said that if the Activision Blizzard deal gets thwarted by the FTC, I think there it's going to be havoc to pay because what's called still going to be president, and Activision stock is going to fall about $10 to $15, and it's going to be a nightmare because I don't think they're going to be able to form a union. He's going to do something to stop them. The only reason they're being nice with the union is because of Microsoft's intent to buy.
Exactly.
So, what do you guys think about that? As far as
I never thought
do
of
you
it
think
like
the whole
that.
yeah? Do you guys think
Yeah.
that the whole with that? I want your thought on that, and then I want your thought on the fact that do you think this is a trend? All video game developers, and I know I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and if someone comes back from and listen to this podcast 10 years from now, 5 years, and try to catch me on something, it's not gonna work. What I'm going to say now is going to be kind of spicy.
Spicy. Ooh.
Yeah, because do you think of do you think if all these video game companies unionize, do you think it's going to slow down development?
Yeah.
You say yeah.
Yeah. They'll put a crunch on all them crunch hours and all that stuff. So
See,
it
I
would
think
slow.
okay. So you're saying that they'll say
Because it
no,
would be voluntary to work those kind of hours. And I don't
right?
think
And
it'd be the amount of people that will be working and that would slow it down to some degree. I don't know what the percentage, but that would slow it down to some degree because some people refuse to do overtime.
Voluntary
right.
overtime.
So you're thinking that I'm asking the question that if do you guys think it's a trend? And if the trend keeps happening within 2 to 3 years, everyone wants to be in a union. Do you think those unions going to screw up the gaming industry where that uh, games are going to be slower to be developed? And two, will we start shipping our games overseas for development because of unions?
That would be bad.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both would.
Exactly.
I think both. Because that's what happens every time something starts
Exactly.
unionizing in America. They go overseas.
They go for it.
And then the
Outsourcing.
product gets crappy.
Exactly.
Shoot, it says here talking about subcontractors for Google. So
My only point is that I'm not trying to say it's anti-union or be for union. I'm just saying that if a lot of these companies start unionizing, I do think I don't have a problem with people working. I don't, and I want to say this for the right way. Every company has some form of crunch. I don't support mandatory crunch, where you can't make me do anything. If I don't want to do it, I shouldn't be forced to do it. You should have the time
Well, they're not. They can walk out
given
the
it.
door.
Well, no, they can get fired.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I mean.
yeah, no, right, but that's not. I
That's not
don't
a
think.
good solution.
No, that's not a solution. My point is, it should never be mandatory crunch, and you should be voluntary, and it should be without repercussions. That
I
you
don't
know that
understand how it's still like that, though. I really don't understand how it's still like that.
a lot.
That you said what?
But I'd say it's a lot like that. But I think the other reason why no one's saying this because I didn't know this. The developers, this actual software developers make bank, and I'm not saying bank. They make about 100,000 a year or more.
Fair
I'm
wage.
That's good
but
money.
right, the ones who are programmed, those make. But I thought I saw somewhere in Activision. Now you guys can look this up later. Don't quote me on the feed. Is it testers?
Yeah.
They make $20, something like that.
Yeah.
between 20 and 25. And I do think they should make more money than that. But I don't know that market. So I'm ignorant on that market. I only know my market, cybersecurity market. I know what we get paid. So I can't go and say what someone else get paid, but I just know that if you're paying them $20 to $25 an hour, I don't think that's a reach for a tester. If they're sitting up here 24/7, you tell them to work
Depends on what
overtime.
kind of testing. Like, are you just testing, look for glitches, or are you actually testing and testing coding and like actually
That's
testing the
what I said.
code to
I'm
find the code and
right,
it's not working? Like,
but
what level of
right.
tester are you?
Well, in any kind of tester should make over $20.
Yeah, because you're sitting there for hours
Exactly.
and it's
For
extremely
very
tedious work.
extreme. So I think this is leading a lot of them to form unions so they can get better pay. And I think that's what leads people to always go to union, because they'll say, hey, at least I'll get paid and I'll get my benefits. A lot of these people don't have benefits.
Mm.
And that is a problem for me. I think you should, if these are $1 billion companies, you're making all this money and you making hand over fist profit every year, you should share the wealth.
They don't make like this. All the companies buy universal health care for these freaking
Okay.
fools,
Yeah,
man.
well,
That's
that
a
ain't
pipe
gonna
dream.
happen.
That ain't gonna
Yeah,
happen at all.
no, that ain't gonna happen. But
Instead of like, you can opt in to paying a portion of your taxes over here. They're like, we don't pay taxes anyway.
mhm.
Ha
But I just wanted to
It,
Jazz
it
just
makes you
talk
wonder
about
though,
that.
because Phil Spencer started out as a Sega tester
Did he?
at 18 years old.
But Phil went to college too. He has a college degree, so I give him that. And he
Yeah,
started at Microsoft. He's always been a career at Microsoft.
yeah, but he started as a Sega tester like he was
I
like
didn't.
17, 18 years
I
old.
didn't know. I didn't
Yeah, this was right
know.
before Microsoft.
Uh, that's interesting. So our last topic is what Sergio wanted to talk about. I'm gonna let him lead this off and get his thoughts. What is your thoughts? And because I think you need to go in detail as to what you mean by this and what some people may not know. What do you mean by digital game preservation?
Digital game preservation. Like, we don't own any of our games right now. We just have digital copies, and the companies control that. Because it's with a WWE on 2K, they starting to take all the old games off of Steam. So all the people, if you don't have it downloaded, you don't have it anymore. So like, what does that mean for the future of game preservation?
True.
Well,
They
Like,
did that with
let,
the Fall Guys. They took my PC copy when it released on Game Pass.
When
I have a
okay, when I heard of this like topic, example I thought of was like back during like the 360 days, and this was a digital only game. Ubisoft made a game based off of Scott Pilgrim, like the comic book series and the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like later on they delisted the game probably because don't own like they don't have like the license anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
that game was like lost media for a while. It wasn't until like 2 years ago where they re-released like a deluxe edition for like new consoles, and that game became technically found. And yeah.
Yeah. So you paying for games that you don't own, and in the future, like, you got to rebuy your games. Like, PlayStation is
You
the
gotta
model for
rebuy
something.
that game.
well, here's
PlayStation
my
is the model for something.
my take on this is from the fact the way I look at any type of game preservation, digital or what you call it,
Physical.
physical. Now, where I have a problem, and I think this is where we need actual governing bodies of the United States to say, okay, you guys being developers of the game, you need to say and let these consumers realize on the box, this is a rent for X amount of years because you don't own the game.
Mhm.
All these
Yeah.
games you download and you don't own. I think they need to, the government.
It's like a
The government needs to
7-year owner,
well,
like a
well,
7-year
no,
license
what I'm
or 10-year or something
but
like that.
the government should say to them, no, they own these games. If you tell them buy this, then it's buy. That mean I own. That is, you don't say rent. Then you say you want to rent this game. It has the language should change to be 100% where the consumer knows they do not own anything. And all these games you buying on disc right now, that's bogus because
It's
every
a
game you
hollow
buy
disc.
is a hollow disc, and all you're doing is you probably have half a game and you still got to go online. So if the companies
Mhm.
want to go down, the companies got to go down on that route, then I would say, you know what? The government should say, I'm gonna do you one better. Digital preservation. If you own the game and if they own these games, you have to make them always available to them. And if you want to say, okay, you're going to give them the opportunity to download the game where they can download it and move it wherever they choose. So they can always have it. But don't get this twisted. This is the same thing you're doing with music and you downloading from
Yep.
your phone. All that's exactly the
It's the
I was
same.
just
same thing
about to
because it's all
say.
digital media.
I was just
Right.
about to
And
No
say like
one,
DVD or MP3s, but you have to play them on a specific device. That's the only difference.
yeah,
right.
and that's why vinyls are making a comeback because they are a true
Mm-hmm.
archival type of medium. You can
Right.
archive them.
It's tangible.
They passed that in music. That's why they started making vinyls again. It was like it was a movement. It was a whole music trying to get vinyls
And
going again.
and the only thing we have is that we can save our games on, which I think they should say, we can save our games on external media, hard drives, on our consoles, and we can make duplicate copies as many as we want.
Yeah, and
So
it
it
should
won't
be
go back.
something like if you hook it up to the network, it won't wipe it because sometimes they got that seeking software and wipe it because it's hooked up to the network.
Like my Xbox, both of my Xboxes, both my Series X, both of them have external hard drive. So I move all that data of my games over. And it's easier. So if I lose it, I'm like, guess what? I can just transfer it amongst my system. And I do think people need to be educated about this, like you said, digital preservation, because I can guarantee you a good 50% of the gaming population somehow believes that they own the game and it's forever
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, it's a crazy issue because people really think they own their game. Because I reminded a coworker, I think Double was there when we were like, "You don't own your game." We were like, "Yeah, I do it." Like, no, you don't. If they lose licensing, that game is gonna disappear.
The only games you own are the games on OG Xbox, the PS1, the original
Mhm.
Nintendo. Those are the only games
Cartridges and
with the
stuff. Yep.
cartridges. You own those. But
Yeah,
other than that, I think up to the 360 you own it. The
because it
360,
was a
your
physical
PS, right,
copy right
right. It
up
was a
until they came out with that GTA double disc. Because then that's when they start playing around with the digital funky stuff. I think it was like GTA 4, and it had to
Yeah,
do a crazy
we had
double disc.
we had a big argument about that. Now that I think about it.
Didn't want to believe it. Did not want to believe it. Pulling up articles and stuff. Did not want to believe it.
I would have stopped arguing. Right there, done. If he didn't believe it, say, okay, Nina Simone, that'll learn you one day. You try to download a game, and then you
Just
see
gone.
it's gone. And it's
Like,
like, okay,
what? Like, I told you. No, you can't play that no more. I think he said that happened to Deadpool or something like that. And that happened to somebody. I think that happened to my boy Neo. He had a Ninja Turtle game. And he has it, but no one else can download it or find it. Like
Oh,
delisted.
I
Y'all
think you're
know I got
talking about like that Turtles in Time remake made by Ubisoft.
Yeah, and that's just gone.
Yeah.
So it
you know I
has
had
happened before.
and I had a fee on that other account I used to have.
you know you bring your own danger back in.
Here he go.
Here he go.
Here he go.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
you need to just go ahead and you know what? I don't think I deleted that name off my friends list. That's the only digital preservation I got on that name. So you ain't getting it
The
back.
remnants that exist.
Ain't that sad?
You're not gonna let that die, are you?
Nope.
No, never. Because he a sourpuss. Sourpuss.
You're not gonna let that die. Okay.
Almost 40,000 points.
You have
Sourpuss.
40,000 points.
Sourpuss.
Yeah.
I'd be evil too. But it's water on the bridge now. Get over it. So you may as well just go.
It's gone.
But guess what? With Game Pass and Microsoft, you can go back and play a lot of those games over again. Except Microsoft and a couple others.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, chat, that is all of our topics for tonight. We'll be back next week. We're going to start our outros. It was kind of a low story week this week, and we just wanted to get out and make sure we have our topics covered and have a good old afternoon or evening of relaxation and talking about something that we like doing, which is playing video games and talking about winding down to what's going on with video games and how we challenge each other that each week or each month to do our best.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I wasn't being cutty.
I'm sorry, that was funny. Because some people don't. People give up on the competition. That's all. You can't quit no more. You do it next month, no quitting.
Yes.
You know I'm not paying no attention, right?
You say you don't pay us.
You know I'm not paying no attention, right?
You're gonna, because I'm gonna go get the soundbite of this, and then I'm gonna replay it, and I'm gonna make a little thing, and then I'm gonna just keep playing it. I'm gonna make a little button I can press.
I ain't heard a
No.
word.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Next month you can start over. And you can be, and I already gave you some hints on how you can start out at number 1. Peppa.
Let's go to the forest.
How many times you gonna do this?
You too, Mega. Play some Peppa.
Peppa.
Hey, Mega.
Peppa,
What you say, Double O?
doing. Peppa.
What you say, Mega?
I wonder how many times they're going to do this joke.
When you think of the game, you will, in your head or verbally, say Peppa. You can't help it.
It's like dead quiet, and then the game start off, and it's just like Peppa. Like what?
You get to a new spot, it's like
grandparents'
house.
Mark. I mean, Double hasn't played it. Mega hasn't played it, so they don't see how. Then once they play it, they'll see the annoyance of it. They'll see the annoyance of it.
It drives you crazy.
Yeah.
Don't leave that controller alone too long. Standing still is boring on repeat.
Yes. Let's go to Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Let's look at the chickens. Like, oh my god.
Oh
no. Really?
All you see, all I said is when you play it, all you're gonna do is bust out laughing like, who would have made this game?
And look at my grown self playing it.
Like I said, it's just you looking at it as a serious game. We're looking at it as being the stupidest, funniest thing that you ever want to play. It's the total opposite, but it's funny because of I can guarantee you it's no more than 500 words in that game.
Oh, wow.
It can't be more than 5. It can't be more. And I'm overestimating. It's not more than 500 words in the game, and that's no dialogue at all. But that being said, let's do our outros. Chad, thank you for joining. Please hit like and subscribe. Mega, where can they find you? And
well, I'm Mega Elixir. I'm gonna be here every Thursday, and after this, I'm gonna take a nice swig of Fanta Orange.
Fanta, Fanta, get your Fanta, 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 get your Fanta. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
thought
about
you was
you,
about to say you
Double?
about to take a nice swig of something else.
Right.
I know, right?
You're
That's
like,
what
I'm
I
gonna
thought.
get a shot of
Hey,
some of this vodka, man.
I thought I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like double.
I'm telling
What's
your
going
date.
on here?
Need
I
some
like.
long-living
Surprisingly,
like
vodka.
this would be
Swig of something.
surprisingly that would be considered normal in some countries.
But you ain't in that country. But you're not
Exactly.
in that
Yeah, I know,
country.
I know, I
You
know.
abide by the laws of the land that
That
you
is
pick.
You are here.
The laws of the house.
not the Murphy household.
There you go.
I know it's just a
Hello.
joke.
What about
Hello.
you? What about you, Double?
Don't want them thunder steps.
You can find me here every Thursday.
I know
OG
we
Double
don't.
M.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to say this while you saying your outro. And I told Serge this. I'm like, it's mighty funny. He's been absent since he's been in last place online. Haven't seen him. Like he had, but that's okay. Serge is online every day. You can see him. Lady Jazz is online every day. You said you were playing Star Wars, but none of us saw you play it.
You
Not
said
at
you'd go
once.
uninvisible too. So
You're
now
like,
I don't know.
I don't want to beat you seen. I'm playing this. They go ask me to play something else. Come on, man. Just be online, man. It's easy.
That's
One
all. We're
button.
just trying to get you online.
Just one
Especially
button
the
press.
places. But you download Halo co-op so we can play this weekend. What about you, Serge?
You can find me on Twitch at Sir Rich. You can find me on Twitter at Sir Rich. You can find me on Facebook at Sir Rich Gaming. And on Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 to 7:30. I'm trying to figure out some more days to get up on this Twitch, but that's where y'all can find me.
Lady Jazz.
You can find me here every Thursday, 7 p.m. I'm on YouTube at Jazzymoto, spelled the same way. I'm on Twitch as well. For the most part, schedule's all over the place. So Tuesday, I'll do a stream. Maybe Wednesday. Friday, we do streams. And Saturday mornings, I do live drawings. So, and I'm also on Twitter at Jazzymoto.
Very good.
Aw.
This is the one. You'll find me on my Xbox. The one. You'll find me here every Thursday. The one. And my PS5. The one. Always trying to game when I have extra time because life is stressful in the real world. So on that note, thank you guys for joining. Catch you next week.
Bye.
And how you say holla,
Holla, holla,
holla,
holla.
holla, 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 holla,
Holla.
holla,
Let me
holla,
holla at
holla.
you.
Holla, holla.
Holla at y'all next week.
Yeah, holla at you next week. I'll talk to y'all. Thanks, chat.